Hello everyone and welcome to the video on the structure of lectures. This is a very exciting time and I take pleasure in presenting the lectures to you. The lectures are encoded at high quality at 1280 by 720 pixels for you to see clearly the drawing process. As I said earlier, I will be making lectures for two classes, beginners to intermediates and advanced. In the beginners class, I'll be focusing on the basics and methodology of simplifying complex shapes into manageable structures. Despite of keeping it simple, there will be a minimal necessary amount of anatomy just to establish the groundwork. The advanced class will be focusing on advanced anatomy, where we will discuss not only the origin and insertion of muscles, but also their function, so it will become easier to draw out of inspiration rather than continuing with the model-based studies only. On top of that, I will add the elements of drawing, dealing with line, light, planes, mass and their function. Many of you may think that we are talking here about drawing via a two-dimensional medium. We are watching videos of someone drawing from stills. Isn't live drawing the only way how to learn to draw? While I constantly remind everyone of absolute necessity of live drawing and urge everyone to do as much of it as possible, it is important to understand that without at least a working knowledge of what is not visible on the surface, one will not get too far. The artists know, we don't draw what we see, we draw what we know. Doubtless, none of the masters would have done endless dissecting of bodies, followed by an endless string of studies, if it wasn't important to have the knowledge. The ideal setup, of course, is to do both, study anatomy and use the knowledge gained in the studio observing and studying the live model. With both classes I will go through all the parts of the body, the rib cage, pelvis, upper leg, knee, lower leg, foot, shoulder, upper arm, lower arm, hand, neck, skull and the facial features. Each of these will have a dedicated lecture of approximately an hour and a half running time. Each lecture will discuss the bones, muscles, landmarks and clues, mass and place and values. I will drawing in real-time models from selected stills that best describe the part of the body at hand. The drawings I'll make are studies through which the method of drawing is shown in real time. We will discuss concepts that will need further studies and practice on your part. Watching the recordings will not enable you to draw. Rather, the method I will present allows one to understand how to think about the drawing process. That, with a substantial volume of practice, will progressively enable one to draw the human figure. To start with, at the launch of the website, there will be two lectures ready for purchase in the beginners to intermediate class. It will be the rib cage and the pelvis. Since the advanced class builds on the knowledge learned in the beginners to intermediates class, I will focus on the beginners class first. There are 13 parts of the body, so in just over 3 months, the beginners to intermediates class will have been finished and available, and I'll start the advanced class.